Chronological Bible in Year 210. And I want to focus today on Isaiah 53, a chapter dripping with prophecies about Jesus. And I once had a great conversation with someone who was like, well, of course they align with Jesus. They were written after him. And now we have scrolls of Isaiah predating Jesus by 100 years. That's pretty cool. But in this section, arguably one of the most popular, most quoted parts about Jesus is starting in verse 4. He himself bore our sickness and carried our pains, but we in turn regarded him stricken, struck down by God and afflicted, but he was pierced because of our rebellion, crushed because of our iniquities. Punishment for our peace was on him, and we are healed by his wounds. We all went astray like sheep. We all have turned to our own way, and the Lord has punished him for the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and afflicted, yet he did not open his mouth. Like a lamb led to the slaughter, like a sheep silent before her shears, he did not open his mouth. He was taken away because of oppression and judgment, and who considered his fate, for he was cut off from the land of the living. He was struck because of my people's rebellion. He was assigned a grave with the wicked, but he was with the rich man at his death, because he had done no violence and had not spoken deceitfully. It goes on, it talks about how God will use this as a blessing, and as he dies willingly, it will be for the good of all. The way Jesus bore our sin, died because of our wickedness in light of his innocence. If it doesn't break your heart, then either we don't understand our own sin or God's righteousness. The resurrection doesn't diminish the pain or the death. Rather, it shows the victory that the suffering caused. And I could spend hours talking about this and Christ's sacrifice and the grace that we get despite what we deserve. But let's end on verse 6. Let me read this again for us. We all went astray like sheep. We all have turned to our own way, and the Lord punished him for the iniquity of us all. There are times when God's fairness and justness don't align, and this wasn't fair. The weight, the pain, the burden of all of our sin cast on the shoulders of Jesus, that's not fair. How have you, like a sheep, gone astray? Confess that before God, return to the fold, and thank him for what he has done for you. Just throw an amen or a thank you or a praise Jesus in the comments. Let's show him our appreciation today. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next. But until then, God bless.